There's no denying that the Madagascar franchise is an absolute gem, with each movie somehow topping the last. So in this video, let's talk about what makes this series so special and why it stands out as one of the best. Let's start with the characters and the incredible chemistry they share. First up, we have Alex the Lion, who sees himself as the self-proclaimed king of New York. He's the definition of a showman, charismatic, larger than life, and always ready to take center stage. But despite his confidence, Alex also faces his own insecurities throughout the series, which adds a lot of depth to his character. He's not just the funny, flashy lion. He's someone who struggles with finding his place in the world. Then there's Marty the zebra, who is all about freedom and adventure. Marty's dream of escaping the zoo in the first movie sets everything in motion, and his need to explore the world outside of his cage really resonates throughout the series. He's the optimist of the group, always pushing for bigger adventures and keeping things light with his humor, which helps keep the group grounded when things get tough. Gloria the hippo is, without a doubt, the heart of the team. She brings a perfect balance of sass, strength, and a nurturing motherly side. Her no-nonsense attitude is something the group relies on, but we also see her caring side when it comes to her friends. She knows when to crack a joke and when to be the voice of reason. Then there's Melman the giraffe, who provides a ton of comedy with his hypochondria and dry sense of humor. He's easily the most relatable character, especially when you see how he worries about literally everything. But what really adds layers to Melman's character is his love story with Gloria in the second movie. It gives him a lot more depth and shows that even a self-doubting giraffe can find love and a sense of purpose. Now, let's talk about one of my personal favorites, the penguins. Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and Private are pure comedy gold. These guys bring all the slapstick humor and over-the-top spy antics that make the series even more fun. They're a mix of adorable and absurd, and their hilarious, sometimes ridiculous adventures are what make them so beloved. The Penguins were such a hit that they ended up getting their own spin-off movie and TV series, and honestly, they completely deserved it. When it comes to the humor in the Madagascar franchise, it's honestly one of the best parts of the movies, and definitely one of the reasons why they're so loved. The films are packed with slapstick comedy that keeps you laughing non-stop. But what's really clever about the humor is that it's not just for kids, it's layered with pop culture references that fly right over younger viewers' heads, but adults and older audiences will pick up on them and laugh even harder. It's a nice touch that makes the movies fun for everyone. One of the funniest and most memorable characters in the franchise is definitely King Julian. He's completely over the top, with his narcissistic, eccentric, and utterly unpredictable personality. He is the kind of character who thinks the world revolves around him, and his antics never get old. And let's not forget his most famous line, "I like to move it, move it." That one went viral and became a cultural phenomenon. It's just one of those moments that you can't forget, and you probably find yourself singing along every time you hear it. Another thing that stands out in the Madagascar franchise is the animation, which is just stunning throughout the series. Each film really brings something special to the table. The first movie does an excellent job with the vibrant colors of the jungle, especially when you compare them to the sterile gray setting of the zoo. It's like a visual representation of how much more alive and exciting the world is outside the zoo, like a burst of energy. By the time we get to the second film, the animation takes it up a notch, expanding the palette to showcase the sweeping savannas of Africa. The sunsets are gorgeous, the lush greenery looks almost real, and the epic vistas make you feel like you're actually there, exploring the wild with the characters. It's like the filmmakers took the beauty of Africa and turned it into a living, breathing piece of art that complements the story perfectly. And then there's the third movie, which pushes the boundaries of animation even further. The circus scenes are absolutely unforgettable, with the neon colors and high-energy choreography in the Afro circus sequence. It's a visual feast, and the bright, bold colors make everything feel so much more lively and fun. The circus setting is packed with energy, and the animation really captures that sense of excitement, making every moment pop off the screen. When we talk about the themes in the Madagascar movies, that's another area where the franchise really shines. While the films are mostly known for their humor, they also touch on some really important topics like friendship, identity, belonging, and family. These themes are woven into the storylines in ways that make the films not only funny but meaningful too. In the first movie, the characters are adjusting to life outside the zoo, which is a huge change for them. They're stepping out of their comfort zones and learning to deal with the challenges of the real world, and this struggle with change is something everyone can relate to. The way they bond and help each other through it shows how important friendship and sticking together are, even when things seem uncertain or scary. The second film digs into personal growth. Alex reconnects with his roots and learns about who he truly is, while the others also go through their own journeys to find where they belong in the wild. In the third movie, the theme shifts to reinvention and chasing your dreams. The circus setting is all about reinvention, starting fresh and trying new things. It's inspiring because it shows how even when life doesn't go according to plan, you can always reinvent yourself and pursue what makes you happy. The characters are all trying something new and overcoming their fears, which is a pretty powerful message. Another thing that makes this series so good is how the settings change in each film. The franchise doesn't keep the action in just one place. It goes from New York to Madagascar, then to Africa, Europe, and even beyond. This variety in settings gives each movie a unique flair, keeping everything fresh and exciting. You never know what kind of new landscape or adventure the characters will face next, which adds a lot to the fun of watching. These are just some of the things that make the Madagascar franchise so special. Of course, every movie has its high and low points, but it's hard to deny that the series as a whole is really good.